Hello, StarCraft fans. This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with a TLO compilation. Today, the first game will be on Acolyte, the ladder edition between TLO and Barcode. In the bottom left corner of the map, which is Acolyte, we have the red Terran player Barcode. And in the top right-hand corner of the map, it is the blue Zerg player, Liquid TLO. Yes, I figured it's that time again for a TLO compilation. Please follow him on Twitch. He's a very good, very interesting follow. Fun player, really nice guy. And just check him out. There's a link in the description for sure. And know it's there because I put it there. All right, so a ZVT of TLO's ladder games on the GMEU server. Last time we did one of these, which was, let's say, a few months ago now. It wasn't very soon. Those of you who are TLO fans have been waiting for number 2, I'm sure. He lost, I think, more than he won, which a bit of a bummer. Like, I'm not gonna lie. As a TLO fan, it kind of made me sad. But if you're here, don't assume TLO wins every one of these games, because he won't. He is not gonna win every single one of these. Nobody wins 100% of the games they play on the ladder, no matter who they are, no matter what ladder they are on. There's always just that one time you didn't scout quite well enough. That one time you didn't engage quite well enough. That one time your legs fell asleep while you were playing and that distracted you enough to lose a huge battle. That's the kind of thing that can happen. Is this actually a command center first? It is. Barcode went command center first into a barracks, which you could do here on Acolyte, because this is a very, very safe location against Zerg for the most part. Unless they go for some very, very fast Overlord drop stuff, which they can do. Right? You put the Lings in the Overlord here, you put them up here, you drop them on in. The Terran player has a Marine, maybe to stop you, and you can win. So we'll see if that's what TLO is planning on doing. But again, with this Overlord Scout, it's impossible for him to know exactly what's going on. He could just assume this is a standard 1-Rax expand. This barracks would be done already. A Reaper would probably be coming out here too, but actually it's a gasless. Is this a third? 3 quick command center from this Barcode player, and this could be anybody on the EU GM ladder, you guys. I mean, who plays out there? Who is a European Terran player? Kellezer probably doesn't play over there because, you know, he's in South America, in Brazil. Although he was playing in, where was he playing? In Korea for a while. Oh, why am I having such... Hero Marine. Hero Marine is a Terran player who lives in Europe. I can think of all these Zerg and Protoss players, but as far as Terran EU, man, you guys are going to be so mad at me. You're like, you always cast this guy. He's a European Terran Pro player, and you forgot him. Yes, I have 3 kids. Anytime I forget anything, just repeat to yourself. Falcon has 3 kids, and they are a handful. Absolutely a handful. All right, so 4 Lings coming on in. Took away where they wouldn't run into a Reaper, but there's not one because Barcode isn't making any. This is not quite a wall, but 3 Marines at the top of this ramp against these 4 Lings. Look at that positioning by the Marines. Lings, can they engage? Not really. Not really. High ground advantage here to the Marines. They should be just fine. A 4th one popping out now. And TLO just basically saying, is there a base here? There's not, but guess what? There soon will be. This Barcode guy is holding on with 4 Marines, and TLO is not going for a 3rd base. This is very interesting. I think that means he just wants to be aggressive. He's got speed on these Lings, which is a pretty aggressive thing to do. But they can't do anything against this Terran player. Even 4 Lings is just not enough. And I think he's going to be fine. I think this is a brilliant opening from this Barcode player, whoever it happens to be, whether it is Hero Marine or not. Meanwhile, he's working on a double engineering bay for those upgrades, and there is a 3rd base finally coming down for TLO. Up here to the left of his natural. He hasn't taken the safe location just because it's really hard to defend from drops. And if you're playing against a Terran player, you can assume that drops are on the way in some form, whether it's Thor drops or Marine drops or what have you. Baneling Nest coming in from TLO. He doesn't really have anything. He's got 7 Zerglings and 4 Queens, and he hasn't seen anything come try to kill him, so he knows he's relatively safe. It's a lot of Marines for Barcode, but without any other support, it takes them forever to get across the map, and by the time they get there, TLO will be ready. So I really don't see the Terran player being aggressive at all, which is something you give up when you go 3 command center at 3 minutes against somebody as good as TLO. There's your factory just now coming in. Working on that +1/+1 for the Marines and the Marauders, also getting stim. This is going to be one heck of an attack. Possibly a +1/+1 stim combat shield type play. I don't know. Anyway, that's Jonas the Jellyfish, part of the Jonas Brothers Jellyfish group, and TLO playing completely in the dark. Is popping Spore Crawlers in at his bases here because he just, when in doubt, assume Cloak Banshee from Terran. Just do it. Trust me on this one. Just assume Cloak Banshee. Anyway, happy Sunday to you all. I apologize about last week with Gauntlet. I know some of you guys tuned in to see me cast with Jordan, and just something came up. I can't really get into the details too much here, but something definitely came up, and I wasn't able to cast with him, and I was very sad. But Sure Should I filled in quite adequately, I would say. He's a great caster, knows a lot about the game. And let me take a look at... You know what next week is, you guys? You know what next Sunday is? It's my anniversary. Yes, it is. So, I can't guarantee I'll be casting with Gauntlet next week either. It just depends on what's going on. It depends on... Crud. I gotta get some plans, actually. That was a good little reminder. Anyway, let's see what's happening in the StarCraft land. A lot of Marines. Just like nothing but Marines from Barcode. 25 Marines, and that's it. 63 workers to 57 drones. As you're working on there's your double medevac, your +1/+1 is done, and your stim is done. So it's a bit of a slower attack. He's not going to move out until about 6.5 minutes as opposed to 5, but it's going to be strong. That +1/+1 helps immensely here. And a bunch of links coming across the map from TLO. He says, if I'm not going to be annoyed by you, then how's about I annoy you? A little bit. 4th base on the way from TLO in the top left-hand corner of the map. He's not taking the safe location at all, though. He is creep spreading there. Don't know. Here's the Baneling bust. Baneling bust attempt. 10 Banelings on the way. Lings checking to see, is there... Oh my goodness, no, the Marines all moved out. The Lings are here. The wall wasn't done yet. You got out a little bit too early. Oh, here we go. There are a bunch of Marines, though. A bunch of Marines. Are the Banelings going to go for it? Banelings going to go for this bust. If they can connect on these Marines, they're going to be okay. The drop is still happening from Barcode. He's not worried about this at all. Banelings, oh, getting rid of 3 supply depots and thinking about, do they want to get supply depots or SCVs? Not pulling the SCVs, though. Oh, big time hits. Big time SCV kills. 17 SCVs destroyed. It's now 62 to 53 harvesters. Barcode had a huge lead, but he's going to try to make this attack work here on creep, which is really scary. Does take a couple hits, unloads into the main base. Puts himself into a corner, tries to get healed up so he can survive some of these Ling attacks. Do the Lings have attack upgrades is the question. The answer is yes, +1/+1. Oh yeah, TLO's ready for this. TLO is absolutely prepared for this attack. +1/+1, Lings and Banelings. No, sir. So TLO's now up 72 to 59 harvesters. He's got 4 bases. He hasn't lost any drones at this point in the game. 28 Lings and a Baneling were killed before their time. Another group of 8 Banelings on the way, and what is that? Oh, that's an Overseer. All right, Overseer does accidentally scout this drop. Dropping into the non-existent safe location for TLO. There's no base to kill. Ling's trying to knock down the supply depot at the natural base, but there are enough Marines left home to stop that. Another bit of a drop attempting up this left side, but TLO scouts that with Zerglings too. 4th base done for Barcode just outside of that, of his main base, and Baneling hits. Took his eye off the ball just a little bit. How did this happen? Lings and Banelings into the natural here. Do not let these Banelings hit. Ah, Banelings hitting, and SCV's running. Oh, no. Oh, no. Lings getting rid of the 4th base. The 4th base of TLO is going to go down, but that is 32 SCVs that have been killed. This 3rd base, rather, is forced to be lifted off entirely. All the supply depots are out. Overseers are here. They look just spiky, and they look like spiders, as I think what they look like here. So suddenly from 4 base down to 2 base is this Barcode player. Not looking good for him. He does have this big old hit squad of +2/+2 Marines with 2 medevacs trying to come in and get rid of this 3rd base of TLOs. He's got a bunch of Lings, but they're only +1/+1. Needs the Banelings to hit is what he needs. And there we go. Some decent hits there, forcing a pickup and a retreat from this Barcode player. He's going to fly back to where the 4th base was for TLO. TLO kind of poking up the front ramp, but hard to get up there. The Banelings, I don't think, want to go in. Keeping to the Terran on 2 base, I think, is enough right now for TLO. He's got a replacement 4th base coming in, just again outside of his main. Next to where his well, not secret, but his safe base would be. Look at this +3/+3 from Barcode. It's at 9.5 minutes. He's working on it. Corruptor's on the way from TLO to deal with those drops. And this upgrade timing is just impressive. Lings say, no more Great Wall of supply depots for you. You're going to kill all those SCVs. Force cancels. That is 38 SCVs killed. And again, if we're talking about Terran, we're talking about a race that can survive that level of economy hit, but it's not easy. I'm going to say it's not easy to do, but it's absolutely possible. Liberator, first Liberator of the day, going to set up here at this third base of TLOs, but guess what? It's also here. 3 Corruptors. 3 Corruptors are here, and trying to get them out of the sky with the Marines, but no! Liberator does get killed. However, Corruptors get killed too, and this third base is in a lot of trouble. Ling's trying to hold this. Corruptors now engaging with the medevacs. They should have been doing that a while ago, I feel like, but the Marines are still alive. Medevacs are gone, and that's it now. The Lings are dead, but that was a pretty cost-efficient attack, I would say, from our barcoding player. Did get 15 drone kills. Good golly. Suddenly up to 50 drone kills. 63 to 49. Total harvesters at the 10.5-minute mark. Just really trying to establish this third base again. Is the barcode player. He's going to wall off with barracks this time. Can he get there before the attack comes? I think they will. They will get there. TLO's working on an infestation pit back home. +3/+3 is very close to finishing for the barcode player, which just turns these Marines into little gods, is what it does. Is there a drop he's worried about? Corruptors are possibly going to be able to get in here at this second base. They're caustic spraying down supply depots, which I've never seen before, but the Marines show up and do chase them away. Get out of there, Corruptors. 1, 2, 3. I think they got a supply depot there in exchange for losing a bunch of Corruptors. I mean, he's lost 6 of them so far, which is not good. He needs those. He needs those to live. I mean, watch Innovation versus Sue from a couple of weeks ago. Sue did extremely well with a ball of Corruptors with good armor upgrades, and just I think that's what won him the game. Baneling bust again at the front door of our barcode player. These are +2 Banelings. More Lings and more Banelings coming in here. Bit of a Liberator. Liberator attack here at the main base. Queens, Spore Crawlers mean this Liberator is likely going to die. Another Queen shows up to assist and make sure it actually happens, and she's gone. Explosions and fireworks. Another attempt at a drop. Yeah, every time Barcode tries to replant, the Banelings show up and say, no! No soup for you. Resources lost. 11,000 for Barcode and 11,000 for TLO, so pretty close so far to even, which is not what you want as a Terran player. You want to be cost efficient versus the Zerg. Alright, so chasing away TLO stuff. What is he? I mean, more Corruptors, more Banelings. He's got a hive inside his main base. It's morphing there, and he's getting +2 Flyer Carapace, so he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing, and now trying to land a 4th base for the second time in this game is the Barcode player. APM for these guys is on average about 300 for the Barcode player and 450 for TLO. So these, again, fast players. Marines at the 3rd base once again. Really no defense here whatsoever. Except for a bunch of Lings and Banelings that show up to try to deal with it. Corruptors pick off one of the medevacs, the other one too. Does get picked off at the furthest range of that attack and possibly get another attack landing in here once again where there would be a base for TLO if he ever decided to expand here, but he hasn't so far. And they're going to try to go for it. +3/+3 Marines, you guys. Yeah, I think these Queens recognize what's up. They need to run. Get out of here, Marines. Get out of here, Spore Crawler. Spore Crawler dead. Corruptor, Ling, Baneling, though. Back in this little group into a quarter here. The medevacs are gone, and once they're gone, everybody dies. Yes, the Marines are very good with +3/+3. They are very cost efficient, but they are not immortal. As we saw there, as they died. +3 Ground Carapace, +3 attack. This has to be Ultralisks, and there it is. Ultralisk Cavern on the way. Where is it? There it is, here inside the main base, next to Evolution Chambers. Getting those important upgrades. The ones that you want if you happen to be a Terran player. All right, Marines attacking on Inlings, taking some heavy fire there. Corruptors, Banelings. Oh, TLO doing an amazing job with his Baneling group. The Corruptors are just absolutely chewing up these medevacs. Medevacs lost in this game thus far as 9. There are 0 remaining for Barcode. I think that might be it, you guys. I know it's even supply right now, 103 to 103, but with no medevacs at all and going this heavy bio, TLO, he has another base coming up. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 base coming up down and to the right from the 4th, which has been pretty happy thus far. Corruptors flying away with their +1 attack, or +1 armor. Their +2 armor is about 10 seconds away from completing. Again, this isn't Game Heart. This was not played on the Game Heart version of the maps. I don't have the handy-dandy little things on the left side to tell us exactly when upgrades are finishing. Another medevac. Oh, does get saved by the Marines. Lost a couple Corruptors for that. Gambled and lost a bit there to TLO, but it's chitinous plating. It's Ultralisks. It's +3/+3 on those Ultras. Fully armored, +7. Ultras are no joke. They are not easy to handle, but you know who knows how to handle those guys is Pult. You know what I posted on my Facebook page about a week ago? It's a play of Pult handling Ultralisks. with steady targeting and ghosts. I know. I've been talking about this for a long time. Nobody does it. They try to do it with Liberators. He also had Liberators. Liberators and Marauders, but steady targeting is so good against Ultras. I don't even know how to explain to you how good it is. The fourth hatch does go down, or third hatch rather, of TLO is out before the Ultras can save it. That was a good pick off. Excellent little pickup there from the Barcode player. It's going to be 15,000 resources lost from Barcode compared to 17,000 for TLO. Another Marine Widowmine attack. There are some changelings. Just being aware of what's going on, I suppose. Widowmines are going to fire on something here. A couple Overlords die. Do supply block TLO. That's a good win. A decent win. But everybody retreating from their homes because, holy smokes, it is Ultras. And again, as good as +3/+3 Marines are, one of their few weaknesses is fully upgraded Ultralisks. Burrow Infestor just wants to catch these guys with a fungal, and there it is! And they all get surrounded and murdered. But guess who's back in the main base? It's Barcode. He's up here murdering all of your lings. Trying to go after what? What is a good target for you right now? Spawning pool might be a good target, actually. Why an Extractor? Extractor has 48 gas remaining. Overstimmed a little bit and doesn't actually kill anything as far as buildings go. Just a few Zerglings. Changelings keep freaking me out by thinking that they are Barcode stuff on the minimap. But a big attack rolling into this fifth base. And both queens are going to die here, I think, unless they can successfully ran. Can this hatch go down is the question of the day. These guys have so much DPS. Good stutter step action, and they get it. Oh, everybody dies, but they got the hatch. Oh, Barcode, is he coming back for the win? No, I refuse to believe it. I can't see this happening. But that's why we watch, because we don't know. Fourth base has been, or rather, dang, I keep thinking this is the fourth. The third base for TLO has been replanted. He is getting his fifth base back up here, too, after he's lost both of those in the last few minutes here. But the Broodlord tier 3 tech from TLO. I don't know what the answer to Broodlord is right now. What do we think? Well, I guess a Ling Ultra run by is not bad. Here at this new base of Barcodes to the right of the natural. It's going to be his fifth. Bunker there doesn't matter to these Ultras. Not a whit. Overseer is scouting the Widow Mines, but it doesn't really matter. And a sixth base for Barcode coming up too. So he's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Compared to the 4.5 for TLO right now. 65 to 48 Harvesters. TLO's up in worker count for sure. But income is fairly even. 1,200 for the Terran player compared to 1,400 for TLO. Because mules are good. Another drop attack from Barcode, trying to sneak up here into the third base. He likes this third base. Maybe getting the Greater Spire would be good. Would be good for this group. But the Corruptors and Lings are here. How are there Corruptors and Lings everywhere? However, another attack coming in, trying to get rid of this fifth base again. But the Ultralisks are here, but there's no fungal. One of the Ultras does go down, and they're going to retreat, and suddenly the Hunter becomes the hunted. There's the fungal, though. That fungal means these guys immediately die. If they can't kite, it means they're dead. The surround of the Lings forces a pickup and a retreat. And TLO pushing in once again. 153 supply to 144. TLO has a lead, but it's not a huge lead. This has got to be another pro. I just can't imagine this is some random GM player we've never heard of that is taking TLO to 18 minutes. To 18 minutes in a game where, I mean, all this happened, right? 38 workers died for the Barcode player in the first 5 or 6 minutes, and that's just usually a death sentence. But nope, not for this guy. Not for whoever is playing under the Barcode name right now. Okay, so, oh, this is where you guys say, isn't this Winter? No, look, there are more people than Winter that play under Barcode, okay? Or Loco. Also not Loco. All right, so attack coming up to the fifth base. They're going to get it. There's just too much DPS here, and bam. Hatchery gone, attacking up this right side, picking up, boosting in, possibly going into the main. This is an incredible game. Broodlords have made their presence known, attacking into this fifth base of the Barcode player. I think it's gone. I don't think there's anything here that can save it at all. There are two separate armies from Barcode, left and right side of the map. Neither of them, now they're moving. Now they're starting to move here, but the fifth base by Barcode is out. Ultralisk Cavern, boosh, tit for tat. Says Barcode. Infestation Pit would be a real good target too. Gonna get that one. No! The Lings and Banelings show up, but another attack at the third base of TLO. He's gonna get this hatch again? He's gonna get it again. There's really nothing here, but meanwhile, Broodlords and Ultralisks are here at the natural base of Barcode. Are there any Vikings at all from our Terran player? No, he's refusing to make Vikings. I don't know why. It's an excellent question, as it turns out. Marines Marauders are still here inside the main base. Mind you, they killed the Infestation Pit. They're killing Evolution Chambers. Not sure that actually matters. Third base is gone. This is turning into a base race of sorts. And you know what they say, never base race a Terran. There are some Corruptors on the field, though. Caustic Spray being used on that fourth base. Couldn't quite get it. Broodlords trying to hang out in places where Widow Mines and Marines can't get them. And so far, it's working out fairly well for them. Big old attack of Marines here just outside the natural base of TLO. Gonna march up, get rid of that second base he ever made. How many hatches has he killed so far? That's gonna be 6. 6 hatchers killed by this barcode player. Broodlords nibbling away with the broodlings at the supply depots here at the natural base in the safe location for barcode. And this really, really overstimmed army coming into Liquid TLO's final mining base. This game is epic! I cannot believe how epic this game is. I just randomly chose it out of a pack that TLO sent. This is another epic compilation? It very well could be. We'll have to see how the rest of the games. I might just put epic just for this game. Just watch this game, you guys. Just watch the first one if you don't watch anything else. Holy shamoly. Alright, this 6th base in the top left-hand corner is getting Caustic sprayed down. The fungal from the Burrow Infestors getting rid of all of this bio in conjunction with the Broodlings. It is 79 to 78 supply, you guys. TLO has more drones, but the army supply is bigger for the Terran player, but he doesn't have the right composition here. 6th base is out. These Marines and Marauders are just killers. 7 kills, 7 kills, 7 kills, 9 kills, 7 kills. That Marine has 7 kills. These guys are one of the best hit squads I've seen in my time casting StarCraft. Spawning crawlers? No. Spine crawlers go down. These guys just completely attacking on in here. Am I in windowed mode? Why am I in windowed mode? I don't know. We'll change that. We'll fix it a bit later. These drones are trying to run for it. I can't believe this game. I mean, the only base that's left for TLO is his main. But nothing's mining for anybody right. Okay, there are some mules here getting the last mineral field at the natural base. For barcode, it's just, he doesn't have any answer for these. Well, maybe he does. He's got a couple Vikings. Where are they? I guess he's worried about the Corruptors and especially these Infestors. But TLO decides, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set up a base at this gold on my side of the map. Just take it. Just take the gold. Don't mind me. Drop, maybe going to try to get in there. Getting more of these drones. Down to 20 drones. Oh, there's the fungal, though. No, you can't just get chain fungaled like that. That might be it. That might be it. There are 13 Marines and 5 Marauders remaining for barcode. Long distance mining drones here from this gold base. Barcode trying to retake his 5th, but there's a burrowedling there. That's a bad feeling. That is a bad feeling if you're a Terran player. Burrowedlings shut you down like that. Makes the whole army come back home to deal with this one Zergling because they need to. Do they have scan? Nope, this is the one that will scan. Actually, this guy can scan. There is some mining going on at the natural base for barcode, I suppose. Look at the income. 700 minerals per minute compared to 100. And that's going to change really fast in a bad way for the Terran player as these drones come back to the gold base and start actually mining from it rather than long distance mining. Dude, do you not know about the burrowed baneling concept? Kill this burrowed baneling so that your thing can mine. Oh, 4 SCVs and mules remaining for the barcode player here. It's 54 to 58 harvesters, but again, the worker count is hugely different. So barcode has a bigger army technically, but he just doesn't have the composition that TLO has. The Burrow Infestor plus the Broodlords is really good. 19 kills, 14 kills, 11 kills, 8 kills, 17 kills. These Broodlords have seen some stuff. They are ready to go. Another burrowed ling here at this gold. TLO burrowing lings everywhere, spreading creep everywhere. There's really no place. Well, here's a place that you can expand if you happen to be the Terran player that's not currently being actively surveilled by the Zerg. If you're interested in that, you know, I can't believe he's not killing this. I really don't understand what's going on here. Broodlings, Widow Mine does die, but gets a shot off on Broodlings, which TLO can handle because they're free units. No big deal. No biggie. Viking flock is currently 4, which is pretty good. Actually, a bunch of lings trying to run in. Yeah, just can't lose stuff for nothing right now, TLO. Don't do that. Don't lose your lings for absolutely nothing. Ling's trying to run on down this direction and check to see if there are bases that they possibly could have missed. So far, no. Barcode is going to try to make this thing work. He's got his Vikings. What a dodge. What a fungal dodge there from the Vikings. He's trying to bait them out, right? He's trying. Oh, there's a good fungal on that bio, though. Trying to split out, trying to heal up through this. Queen stabbing away from the ground. Infestors basically unopposed right now. Vikings trying to get rid of the Corruptors first and then the Broodlords. This is intense right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the Broodlings are chewing away at this bio. The Vikings are trying to get rid of these Broodlords, but they've got +2 armor. Queen gets rid of one of the Vikings. This is so close. Yeah, these guys on the ground are trying to do it, but I just don't see it happening. Too many, just endless waves of Broodlings. The Vikings not gonna be enough. That's a good game from Barcode. Barcode is defeated. And TLO is victorious. What a crazy, crazy game. That was incredible. Resources lost. 43,000 resources lost by Barcode. And 36,000 resources lost by TLO. 103 SCVs killed. 91 drones killed. Crikey. What an absolutely insane game. Alright, so that's gonna be it for game number 1. Let's give TLO a nice little 1 next to his name. Right, nice little 1 next to his name. I think we can do it like this. Indeed we can. Okay, more TLO. More? How can there be more? I feel like that was it. No, but no, there's more. In just a second. Welcome back, StarCraft fans, to game number 2 of the TLO compilation. This one will be on Ascension to Ire, the Ladder Edition, and let's introduce these players. In the top left-hand corner of the map, we have the Red Zerg player. It is TLO. And in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, it is the Blue Protoss player, Barcode. Again, this could be anybody. This could be Hearthstone. This could be Petit Drogo. This could be... Let me name Protoss players from Europe. Those are the ones. Those are the ones that come to mind. But I think Hearthstone plays under Fietsendief, which is Bicycle Thief, which is hilarious, actually. And he's the one that actually took a couple games off of TLO in a previous cast, in the previous TLO compilation, which, dang it, spoiler alert, Hearthstone was there. You should watch it. You should watch it. Go just search for TLO on my channel. It'll pop up. Wow, that game 1 was a little draining, you guys. That was insane. That was a really good Terran player. I don't know who it was. I don't know who it was, but they gave TLO every single bit they could possibly handle. So I assume it was a pro playing under a Barcode handle, but can't guarantee that. Can't guarantee it, can't promise it. Hatch first from a TLO against his Protoss opponent going for a pool. Really as safe as you can get here. It's a 1-gate expand out of Barcode, but you can expect every freaking time. Gateway, into gas, into expansion, into cybernetics core, into second gas. That is it. That is the build. I mean, there's some pylons tossed along in there too. I guess just the one. Because you need it for the gateway, obviously. Okay, second gas. There it is, second gas timing. Okay, and then from here, you do whatever you want. From here, you can go Third Nexus. You can go Stargate. You can go Twilight Council, Robotics Facility. But generally, that is the 1-gate expand. It's very safe against everything. With the exception of PvP. PvP doesn't generally go 1-gate expand. I'm not sure why that is. Somebody have to explain it to me in the comments. Somebody probably knows. Probe harassment here, which makes me think it's Showtime. I forgot about Showtime. Once again, children. Once again, children. Showtime does like to bring his probe scouts up and do some harassment. Neeb likes doing the mineral steal, but I don't think he'd be playing on the EU GM ladder. Maybe he does. Maybe he does a lot. Don't know. But it is a Stargate here from Barcode, which means very well could be an Oracle, which means very well could in fact have a name used from the Oracle list. If you'd like to add something to the Oracle list, you can do so. Just in the comments. Right there below the video. Put Oracle name, colon, and then whatever the heck you want your Oracle name to be. Let's see, who's the last one we did? Whew, we'll see. Have to wait and see on that one. Overlord scouting in from TLO sees all is the same. Got an Adept coming in. Adept's going to move out for some harassment. Possibly try to kill these Zerglings too. And one of the Lings is... Oh, wait. Both Lings... Where are they going? Well, they're trying to kill some of your probes. That's what they're doing. But there we go. Adept gets rid of both of them. Nicely done at the last second by the barcode player. Nobody dies. And another Adept is up here trying to attack stuff. Does have a couple kills. I think those are Zerglings, though. Yeah, all the 4 kills in this game thus far have been Zerglings. But good scout from the Adept. Did he see the... Or she see the third base? She did. All right, so third base is done. Well, not done for... Well, now it's done for TLO as it pops. Blorpy stuff blorping up into the sky. And again, so far, no one's being crazy. No one's being crazy right here. Indeed, it's... a Phoenix player, rather. No, there's a first Oracle. All right, so first Oracle on the way here. And this Oracle's name is going to be Raggedy Ann. No story on this one, just Raggedy Ann. All right, so Raggedy Ann moving out across the map. There are Spore Crawlers going to finish in all 3 of those bases, though, because TLO knows what static defense does. And yeah, it's just not going to happen. The drones are pulled out of harm's way. Oracle forced to retreat. Poor Raggedy Ann just wants to get some kills. Just a doll that's come to life in some way. It's been a long time since I've actually read that book, Raggedy Ann. I think that's what it is. Is it your classic doll comes to life kind of a story? Could be. Could very well be. Overlord does scout a Stargate, but I knew that because Raggedy Ann has been paying me a visit. Zerglings coming in for the surround. One of the Adepts does go down. Forcing the Oracle to use the Pulsar Beam ability. And it drains. It's a timing thing, doesn't it? Or did she cancel it? Hold on. Activate, deactivate. Oh, okay. Can deactivate it. Never mind. We're good. Overlord getting killed by a Phoenix. Does not supply block TLO. As you'll notice, he has way more Overlords than he needs in preparation for losing a couple to this Phoenix play. Another Oracle on the way. I gotta start writing down some of these Oracle pairing names. Nah. No. I mean, the first Oracle we can name because there's not much going on, but by the time there's 2 Oracles, it's just impossible to keep track of both of them, is what I've decided. Zergling's up here, finding the probe that was building this third base, picking it off. Third base will finish anyway. Lings, well, 3 Lings can't do anything about that. A lot of Zerglings can. Fourth base on the way from TLO, just down south of that third, and a lair from TLO 2. Warp Prism, got Templar Archives. This could also be Whiterah, I guess. Whiterah probably plays on the European ladder, right? Could be some special tactics. Though from what I've seen, he does actually play on his name Whiterah, so... wouldn't make any sense why he'd be playing his barcode. But you know what? Things change. Haven't actually seen a Whiterah game in a while. We got ourselves the Templar Archives, just about done for barcode. Could be Archons, a likely Storm could be good too. Too many Zerglings at the third base, though, barcode player. Going to lose a couple of Adepts for virtually nothing. Some Zealots come trying to handle this. But that's about a 180-degree surround on that Nexus. The Lings change their mind and go after the Zealots instead. Wow. Pretty good micro on the Zealots. Taking a lot of these guys with them, considering the Zerglings have no attack upgrades at all. Forcing the Oracles to come back home. Where are the Oracles? Here are the Oracles coming back home to try to save this thing. It's going to be close, though. 3, 2, 1, and... Yo, they got it. Oh, the Lings got the third base. Wow. Zerg players, pay attention to that timing. Lings at about 6 minutes. Just get rid of that third. At least, I mean, it will force the Oracles to come home, which is good for you. It's an Archon Zealot attack. Marching right into the front door here of this third base. There are Spines. There are Queens. There are Lings. There are Banelings. The Hydralisk Den is done, but I don't see any Hydras yet. Archons in the front, trying to get rid of these Queens, getting stabbed down. Actually using the Pulsar Beam on the Oracles to get rid of these Spine Crawlers, which seems like a pretty good idea. A bunch of Zealots get surrounded. Banelings absorbing shots. Another Spine Crawler pops on out here. Oracles could get some more kills, but it looks like TLO has managed to hold off this attack temporarily. That was interesting. Resources lost here, 22,000 by TLO compared to 17,000 for the barcode player, but losing a base is bad. Really, really bad. Overlord does get killed, and that does supply block TLO. 15 Hydras in production right now. 15! TLO is going to be up, you guys, big time. More Archons in here. Got the Zealots. They do have the charge upgrade, +2 attack on the way, which means we have +1 for these guys. And this is not a huge army, but it's a pretty scary army if you're a Zerg player, just because, again, Archon's bonus damage versus everything Zerg. And he doesn't have any detection to get rid of these creep tumors, which is bad. So the Hydras and the Queens getting a nice concave from the bottom side, picking off the Oracles first. And then the Archons are the next target. Ouch. Zealots trying to get in here. to this natural base of TLOs. They killed a couple drones, exactly 2. And Warp Prism coming back into the main. This is just too many Hydras, though. This is a lot of them Hydralisks. Yeah, Warp Prism decides to get out. And the Archons saving the Warp Prism's life and then getting picked up by the Warp Prism. That was a nice little symbiotic move there. Archons absolutely saved the Warp Prism's life, and then the Warp Prism picked them up before they died. That was good. That gave me some warm fuzzies of cooperation on the inside. Oh, the Hydras are still here, though, Warp Prism. You can't go back in. Might try to do it. Does again. Warp Prism alive. One of the Archons. No, both Archons are dead. Too many Hydras. Real scary. Plus one missile attack is done on those guys, too. Counterattack from TLO moving across the map. Warp Prism just waiting. Just biding its time. Lurker Den coming in on the Hydralisk Den for TLO. And can Zerglings get a run by? No run by into the natural base today, my friend. Absolutely not. More Hydras, more Lings joining the party. Banelings incoming for TLO. 16 of them on the way. 4,600 resources lost from TLO compared to 49 from Barcode. Warp Prism trying to do stuff still, but Queen finally recognizes that it's there. What was that sound? Oh, that was not good. That was not a good sound. As Warp Prism does get picked off. Boop. Something's going on with the memory on my computer. I don't know what it is. I have enough RAM. It's not RAM that's running out, but something is crazy. Got rid of my Chrome there. Maybe that will help. Hydras say 4th base. No 4th base for you, Barcode player. Forcing a cancel there. Just nothing. Nothing to even try to stop that from happening. That's 2 bases that TLO has killed. I guess one of them effectively got canceled, but doesn't really matter. Photon Overcharge, a little premature there at the 3rd. Barcode thought for sure that TLO was coming to kill him, but no. Nope. What is this? Drop Lord? Mass Drop Lord. Here from TLO. He's got 8 of them. 8 Drop Lords. Is he going to Lurker Hydra drop? I think that's what this is. New 4th base on the way from Barcode just outside of the main. Zerglings going to scout it. I think they're going to scout it. Ready, set, Zerglings, go. They're close. They're close to scouting it, but not quite. Not quite. Single Zealot trying to hold the Zenlinga Watchtower in the main part of the base. Not going to happen. 80 to 65 drones. TLO looking pretty good. Pretty darn good on this one. Lots of cannons being warped in here at this 4th base location, which might help, I suppose. What are these going to be? Lurker drops. It has to be Lurker drops from TLO. And it is. It's going to be. Got some Overseers. Going to join the party here very, very soon. Immortals in production here for the Barcode player. Getting Storm and +3 attack. Zerglings once again trying to get into the 3rd, but no. Getting shoved away by some Zealots and pretty much all of the Barcode player's army. So that's a lot of stuff. TLO is bringing everybody to get rid of this 4th. This is what the show is. This is what the name is. Lings getting pulled up into these Drop Lords. Hydras getting pulled up into these Drop Lords. Lurkers getting pulled up into these Drop Lords. I don't know about this, though. Can't really drop where there's a ton of cannons and Archons and Templar who do almost have... they're going to have Storm. Going to try to get inside the main with this. Going to play Terran. Small attack of Hydras up here, the 3rd base. Overseers here, just checking to make sure there's nothing to worry about with Dark Templar. And here's the drop inside the main. And the Lurkers burrowing. No, they decide no. Time to get out. Time to get out. Most of the army showed up to deal with that. The 3rd base, 5 Barcode, is directly under assault here. Got a whole bunch of drops inside the 4th base here, too. Lurkers, can they burrow in? Where do they all even go? I don't know if that went as well for TLO as he expected it to. A lot of Storm on these Overlords. Dude, getting rid of the Overlords might be a big deal. A lot of them very low on HP, but they're not dead yet. Archons just sitting back and trying to kill everything they possibly can. The Hydras have joined the party, though. Archons are going to get out, maybe get a shot off. Nope, no shots off, and they die. Yeah, here we go. Got a bunch of Lurkers. 5 Lurkers here, all injured, but all going to get rid of this 4th base. Easy peasy. The Zealots got rid of the Hydras, attacking that 3rd. Suddenly, it's 78 to 57 Harvesters, and TLO is in a very, very comfortable position. Killing that base was a huge deal for him. Drop Lords here inside the main. Zealots making sure they don't actually drop anything, and they're not because they're empty. And resources lost is now 12,400 for TLO compared to 13,000. We'll make it 14 for the Barcode player. Hydra Lurker here. Charge Blood Arc are Immortal. Pretty good against these Lurkers. They're standing in. Wow. Once again, just watching those Lurkers get crushed. A lot of Hydras died of those Zealots too. And suddenly that just flipped the script a little bit. Little bit flipping of the script. Fourth base on the way from Barcode. Third base still happily mining. Fourth base up north of the third again. A lot of dead lurkers. One immortal gone in exchange for 7 lurkers. That resources lost keeps changing. 15,000 for TLO compared to 14 for the Barcode. Again, we'll call it 15. We'll just do it. Banelings, Hydralisks, +2 attack on those dudes. The Hydras, +2 melee attack done too. +3 ground weapons is done for the Barcode player at 13 minutes, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Not ridiculous. Not ridiculously ridiculous, but anyway, Zerglings, here we go at the fourth base. Not going to happen. You're not allowed to have this fourth base. I'm sorry, Barcode player, whoever you happen to be, but just completely not allowed. Is that a feint? He tried to feint a drop, but didn't really do anything with it. Yeah, I don't think Barcode bought it. Anyway, that's okay. Losing that fourth, not great. Fifth base is done for TLO. He is happily sitting on 77 workers and 5 bases and getting a Spire and getting a Hive and getting Infestors and pretty much anything that he wants. The one attack from Barcode was a little scary, but TLO managed to hold it off without losing a base, which is kind of a big deal. And I don't know what he can do with the Spire. Possibly, yeah, I can't go Muta against 6 Archons with +3 attack. No. That splash damage murders them super fast. So it's Archon, Zealot, Immortal. I think that just continuing to go with what he's going. My TLO is not bad. Lings, Banelings, Hydralisks. The Lurkers, he kind of needs the Lurkers though, he doesn't have them. Changeling's trying to join the party, getting spotted immediately though. This Barcode player knows what he's doing. That's a lot of dead Changeling. And again, the best players do that. Changelings have an average lifespan of like 2.5 seconds in pro games. Ling scout to see, is there a base down? No, there's not a base down here, derp, because look, there's an Overlord pooping creep at that potential location. Another Ling run by at the fourth base of Barcode. Photon overcharge is up. Mothership core is up. And the Lings recognize they can't get it with all of that defense, and they decide to retreat. High ground being held in the middle here by TLO. The Lurkers have the high ground. They have the +2 attack. They have the +3 attack. Almost done. Getting some Corruptors in here too. A greater Spire for TLO. And another Stargate from Barcode. Is he trying to get up to Carrier possibly? Possible. Seems like something he might be able to do. Is that a 6th base? TLO getting a 6th base in the very southern section of the map. Zealots just happen to pass by with their +3 attack. Going to try to take it down. Meanwhile, big old attack up the ramp here. Again, Immortals crushing through. These Lurkers die so fast to Immortals that know what they're doing. The Zealots almost got caught up in an F2 type situation there, I think. And the 6th base is gone. So small victories. Small victories for Barcode. Got some Hydras and Banelings up here at the 4th base of Barcode. Got some Zealots and Photon Overcharge defending. That's pulling the whole army back, though. I don't know how I feel about pulling the whole army back. These Hydras are absolutely going to die. Like, don't get me wrong. That's good for the Protoss player, but you didn't bring the whole army back for this. See, these guys didn't do anything. They didn't do anything during that. Another 6th base coming up for TLO, directly north of where his other 6th base died. Zealots in here at the 4th, trying to hold their own against these Zerglings. The Zerglings do have +2 attack, but they don't have any armor upgrades, which means the Zealots do hack them up. And it is going to be Tempest with Broodlords. So Tempest versus Broodlord, that is a matchup as old as time. As old as Heart of the Swarm, anyway. That's what Tempests were introduced, right? I am pretty sure that is the case. Ling's getting murdered by the main army here inside the main base, and the 4th base is done for Barcode. All right. He's stabilized a little. Yeah, there's 6 bases for TLO. Yeah, he's down about 15 workers, but he's all right. He can do this. He believes in himself. Tempests don't have upgrades. I'm not sure that it matters. Are you trying to use the Tempest against the Lurkers is the question. I don't know. Feedback on one of the Infestors here. And it's going to be 6 Broodlords versus 2 Tempests, which is not great. But it could be worse for Barcode. He could have 0. He could have 0 Tempest. Another attack of Hydra trying to go after this 4th base. Once again, shoved away. And more Tempest would be good. Another Broodlord is down. Trying to get transfused by some Queens showing up to help. And again, Broodlord's unsupported, not as good as you would think they would be. Actually, anything unsupported is generally pretty bad, with the possible exception. With the possible exception of, you know, Marines, maybe. All right, 172 to 188 total supply. 188, 88. It's just 88. 188 total supply here. Coming up the ramp for the third or fourth time in this game is the Barcode player. And gonna try to Tempest down these Broodlords. You gotta do that, man. There are a lot of Corruptors here too, though. Corruptors don't take as much damage from the Tempest. But TLO making these Broodlords work. These Broodlords work, rather. Zealots trying to go after the 6th base of TLOs. More Zealots going after the 4th base of TLO. Spine Crawlers there. Hydralisks here. And the Zealots are dead. 5th base, done and happily mining for the Barcode player. So still 6 for TLO. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. No, that's 7 actually. 7th base down here for 2. For him too, which again, it was closer to his side of the map. I got a little bit confused, but Void Rays, Mothership, being warped in by the Protoss player. Void Ray is really good against Corruptors if you can do something about these pesky Hydras. Yeah, see? Alright, 4th base is the target of attack here for TLO. He's coming in with Lings and Hydras. And the Broodlords are not far behind. Corruptors here too. These Zerglings do not have any armor upgrades, but they still have +2/+2, which makes them pretty formidable. And here we go. Archon's in the front trying to absorb some of this damage, trying to deal some of this damage. The Banelings pretty much die on nothing. It is not good for them, but then Broodlings striking on top of all of these Archons. Void Rays trying to don't deal with the Hydras, deal with, I guess, Overseers are not a bad target. I mean, if you want to kill something, sure, kill the Overseers. Killing Corruptors is also good, though. Hydras from the right side. Tempest need to be focusing down the Broodlords. You gotta do it. Come on. One more. There we go. Broodlords are getting killed. This is the saving grace for the Barcode player. And all the Broodlords are gone. Void Rays using Prismatic Alignment on the Corruptors, on the Overseers, and somehow Barcode survives that. Again, Tempests are just real good against the Broodlords. There's a single lurker here that TLO brought along that is harassing this 5th base location of Barcode. His 4th base is gone, by the way. Zerglings trying to get somewhere and murder some things if they can. Some Zealots trying to handle this attack on his 3rd base. Zealots, again, the +3 attack makes them very formidable, and the Zerglings do retreat from this location. TLO sending a bit of a ragtag army up here to this 4th. He has a few Hydras and a couple Corruptors. Doesn't look good, though. Does not look good for him. If I had to say what it looked like for him. All right. Warping in more High Templar here for the Barcode player. Just going to make them Archons is what he's doing. 39,000 resources lost for TLO compared to 31 for Barcode. So he's officially at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bases. As TLO making more and more Zerglings and more Banelings. But again, I just feel like the compositional choices might be a little bit better here for the Protoss player. Time Warp is up. Hydralisk coming from the right side here. Void Rays trying to deal with the Corruptors. I think the upgrades are better. And the Hydra flank from the left side. Nothing is here to stop them. There are some Zealots. Nope. Not enough. The Tempest, the Archons trying to assist here at the same time. This battle is insane in here in the middle of the map. Archons with 31 kills. Archon with 9 kills. They are in a lot of trouble, though. Somehow it's only Tempest remaining here for the Barcode player. Not looking good for him at all. 100 to 128 supply, 71 to 39 Harvesters. He lives. He lives, mind you, but it's not the greatest kind of living, I guess. Lings and Hydras, they have a weird rally. I feel like he just keeps rallying Lings and Hydras in. I guess they did get rid of the 3rd base. That works. And this 4th base is all that's left. This might be a long, drawn-out death situation for the Barcode player. If he can kill this one base, he might get it, but no. That Archon is dead. All that's left here for the Barcode player are 3 Archons and 10 Zealots and 6 Tempests, which is okay. Mind you, it's fine, but Zerglings are laying waste to the remainder of your 3rd base. Your 4th base is happily up and running, but it's the only base that you have. And you can't really afford to defend it either. Zealot, Archon, Tempest. Coming into the 7th base of TLO. Drones here trying to fight against these Archons. This TLO situation is this desperate. I'm very interested at this, actually. A lot of dead drones. 18 drones killed, 47 probes lost, though. Hydras continue an attack on in here against these Tempests from all sides, top and bottom. 126 to 68 total supply. Another Tempest is gone. Zergling's going for the counterattack. Whoever this Protoss player is, he is not giving up. He is here, and he is here to stay. Zealots trying to deal with this onslaught of Zerglings, but there are just too many. With Hydra support to it as a death sentence, and that's it. The rage quit from the Barcode player. And the Barcode players left the game. TLO wins yet another one. Excellent game by TLO, getting the 2. Wow. And again, I just think Barcode didn't kill any. I mean, he killed a base, which TLO wasn't really using, and immediately replaced. So I think that's pretty much the big deal here. Still, 51,000 resources lost by TLO is a lot of resources compared to 42 from Barcode. Anyway, that's 16 Corruptors, 14 Lurkers, 9 Broodlords, 8 Tempest, 24 Archons, 126 Zealots, and 478 Lings. Seems to line up quite nicely, cost for cost there. All right, third game of the compilation coming up in just a second. Welcome back to the TLO compilation, everybody. The final game of the compilation will be between TLO and Hearthstone on Abyssal Reef, the Ladder Edition. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map, we have the red Protoss player. It is Hearthstone. And in the top left-hand corner of the map, it is the blue Zerg player, Liquid TLO. All right, so Hearthstone not playing under his Feetsendief name, but instead straight up Hearthstone. I'm surprised there's no chatter going on between these two players. They know each other pretty well. They've been around, both been around for a long time, played against each other innumerable times. We'll see how that works out for one of these players. Probe scouting is Hearthstone. Drone almost, well, I guess went to scout. I don't know. Hearthstone's not sure what's going on with this probe. This probe's not sure either. Gonna throw it on the hatch down here. I mean, this is usually a 4th or a 5th base location for players, but TLO says, I'm going to set up home right here. Thank you very much. I appreciate you asking, but that's what I'm going to do. 1-gate expand play from Hearthstone. We know exactly what that is. If you've been watching this cast, we know exactly what is going on. Again, quick plug for TLO. Go subscribe to him on Twitch. Go follow him on Twitch. Really fun dude. I mean, obviously doesn't stream when he's traveling for tournaments and stuff, but when he's home, he's there. Also, quick plug for Patreon. If you've heard some things about YouTube kind of doing some shenanigans with their advertising revenue lately, that is true. So if you want to support the channel in ways that is not through YouTube, you can click the link to Patreon at the end of the cast. And even just $1. If I got $1 a month from everybody who watched my casts, it would be amazing. It would allow me to do a lot of things that I can't do right now. All right, pool on the way from TLO. Not quite done yet, which means Hearthstone is so very, very safe to do whatever he wants. It's a weird front to wall off. You got to get this ramp here, leading out, and this little narrow gap here, leading up to your 3rd. And it's hard, but Hearthstone's done it 100,000 times. He knows exactly what's going on. Meanwhile, pulling all drones off gas is TLO. So I think he's going to try to expand here. Ah, he's pulling some drones down to this natural base. And he is going to try to fight this probe for supremacy. And there you go. You got it. Well, TLO doesn't actually have enough money for a 3rd. So what's he doing? He's getting speed. He's getting queens. Okay, so that's a problem for your income. It's definitely not cheap. First Adept on the way from Hearthstone. I'm going to do some bit of attacks there. Warp Gate coming up for our Protoss player as well. So I don't think I've ever seen a Protoss or a Zerg player take this as their natural before. It is very odd. Stargate follow-up from Hearthstone back home. Likely going to be an Oracle. And there's a 3rd base from TLO, but where his natural should be. So we'll call that his natural from now on. We'll call this his 3rd base from now on, which will be a little confusing, but that's okay. Hearthstone checks to see, is there in fact a 3rd? The reason he did that is because a 2-base Zerg is very different from a 3-base Zerg. A 2-base Zerg is a lot more aggressive. In part. What the? How do these Lings get in here? I bet I know how they got in here. Through this gap. Did they kill anything? They might have killed a probe. They might have killed a probe, but I don't know. And that is an Oracle from Hearthstone. So this Oracle's name is going to be Helena. Helena the Brave. Gateway, Cybernetics Core, Warp Gate. Nothing too crazy here from Hearthstone at all. And TLO's 3rd is going to finish. He's not going for a lair anytime soon, it looks like. Overlord scout to see, is there any proxy tech? There is not. Overlord spread pretty good from Hearthstone, or from TLO, I'd say. And still close enough that they can go back home if necessary, if in fact there's a Phoenix on the way, and there is, actually. Lings, once again, getting the run on in, trying to see is there a quick third. There's not. This looks like a bit of a two-base attack from the Hearthstone. And Elena is trying to move on out past the shark shadows cast upon the ground at the floor of the ocean. And try to get something here at the natural base, or the third base rather, but no. Spore Crawler Queen is just enough. It's enough to shove away an Oracle without losing pretty much anything at all, which is not good for the Protoss player. They really can't afford to lose not much of anything. Do much of anything as far as the Oracle's concerned. Still no spores at the main or the natural base here, interestingly enough. But there are two queens. There are two queens here at the main, though, which is real bad for Helena. She's forced to fall back and retreat. Zerglings coming back home. I'm not sure why. They can't do anything to help with this Oracle harassment. That's for sure. Double Adept moving on out from Hearthstone. And is he done with the Stargate? No, he's going another Oracle here. Forge, Twilight Council, Warp Prism coming from Hearthstone. So I sense something pretty crazy coming here. Still no third. Is Hearthstone going to do it now? He is now. Okay, so a 5-minute third base, which seems a little bit late, but that's okay. Not crazy late. Doesn't mean a crazy all-in is coming from Hearthstone or anything like that. Oracle's trying to sneak on into this natural base. Double Oracle with a Phoenix lifting that Queen might be able to do a lot of work, actually. Is that what the plan is here? That has to be the plan from Hearthstone. And lift. And lift. No? Trying to absorb some shots, I guess, is what that Phoenix was doing. I'm not sure it actually worked all that well, but it does have some damage done, so it's all right. Going to try to get rid of one of these Overlords. Ling's trying to sneak up along this top path. Possibly going to try to get rid of this third. Once again, about that 6-minute timing. TLO has this figured out. Oh, he's going to Baneling bust it. I don't know that you need Banelings. You could just kill it. There's nothing to stop you. Oracle's trying to sneak inside the main base where there are no queens, but there is a spore. There is a spore. Queen does slowly walk up here because he's off creep. And a couple shots on that spore crawler on our wounded Helena. Yeah, this is one heck of a Baneling attack. I don't know what the Banelings are for. I guess maybe to kill these pylons. The Banelings? Either way, the base is gone. Yeah, that was just too many Lings. Too many Lings. This is a really good play by TLO. He's done this in the last 2 games, and it's a really nice pickup to get rid of that third base. The Protoss hates it. Fourth base on the way from TLO, just the right of his natural. Archons! Where did these Archons come from, you guys? I don't know, but there are some Queens, there are Zerglings, there are some drones if they wanted to fight, but they don't. They don't want to fight Archons at all. Archon on high ground attack seems pretty good. Anything you can kill with these Archons is bonus. Oh, these Archons can't hit these dudes? Really? They look like they can. They gotta shoot down a ramp a little bit, but I guess not. Harsam's a pro. His third base is 50% complete from being done. Archon tries to get himself morphed into front lines and dies. Queens here on the creep spread, trying to get rid of this Warp Prism. Banelings are getting fired upon by these Archons. More Archons up here at the third base. Jeez. Archon with 5 kills, but they keep dying too. So resources lost here, 3,000 for the Zerg compared to 2,000 for Hearthstone. That's even with the lost third base, you guys. He's being very cost efficient, I would say. Zergling's trying to sneak on into the third base again. Warping of Zealots and Photon Overcharge and Sentry's going to have to be enough. I think TLO saw the Sentries and said, nah. Sentries change a lot, as it turns out. So 4 base to the 3 base. Hearthstone looking very, very good right now, despite losing that third. It's 68 to 63 Harvesters. Hearthstone is down 5, but it could be a lot worse for him. And Hydralisk Ling Queen with Lurkers shortly along to follow by TLO. That Lurker den's not even halfway done yet, though, so maybe not as shortly as implied. +2 melee attack on the way. Centrifugal Hooks on the way. Hearthstone getting +2 ground weapons, getting charged for his Zealots, which is such a great upgrade. Just a wonderful upgrade to get. It doesn't just make them fast. It actually deals 8 damage to the charged that target. So that's extra DPS done by these Zealots even before they start hacking away. That adds up. It adds up if you have a lot of these dudes. Bit of a hit squad of Zealots down here down this left side. Dudes hanging out. All watching the outside, making sure nobody sneaks up on them. Got their side blades out and ready. Attack at the front of Lings gets shoved away. Hearthstone really on top of that. Can the Hydras break the front is the question of the day. 5th base getting started by TLO top side of the map. And Zealots marching across this creep. They don't have charge yet. Oh, the Banelings, though. Oh, the Banelings. Run! Oh, he splits them, though. All right, so he splits, making the Banelings so it's not worth it for them to explode. Charge is done. Taking some Baneling hits to the face, though. Bit of a Zealot attack here up near the 3rd. Gets cleaned up, too. Zealot takes out, almost takes out a Queen. 2 hit points on her. She survived that one. She's a survivor. War Chest Queen. Looking a little more bendy, a little bit more spiky. Pretty cool, though. Actually, I like it. I like that one. Kind of hit and miss, these War Chest skins, but I like that one. Zerglings, Hydralisks marching into a potential 4th base of Hearthstone's. Hearthstone, get this. Get it up, man. Get it up. The army. Forcing a cancel are these Zerglings. I don't. Do they have upgrades? They've got the +1 melee. Well, never mind, +2's done now. Lurkers burrowing at the front. Zerglings here, too. This is real bad for the Protoss player. Banelings exploding on these Zealots, trying to get some Baneling hits. No, more Banelings dead. The Lurkers are a massive problem, though. Cybernetics core under direct assault. Hydralisks getting behind this mineral line into the natural. Cannon helping with that a little bit. And the Lurkers decide to retreat. Once again, they're pretty much completely unsupported, which is not good for them. But this 5-base thing from TLO against the 3-base thing of Hearthstone is not going to end well for the Protoss player. 176 to 149 total supply. Lurkers again burrowing on this low ground. Couple Archons trying to join the party, getting surrounded. Lurkers trying to burrow themselves in advantageous positions. Getting stormed a little bit. It's not good for the Lurkers. They have a lot of HP, but getting stormed is bad news bears. More storms. Wow, just blanketing these guys. Lurkers dying. Cybernetics core does go down. Hydras trying to attack at the front. The storms are just blanketing everything, but the Hydras have a little bit too much HP to be killed by one storm alone. Zealots coming in to deal with these Hydras, but the Lurkers at the back are just killing, providing a lot of DPS here. Buddy goes flying into the sky. Observer gone. 150, 283 supply. And that's it. A good game from Hearthstone. Hearthstone is defeated, and TLO was victorious. Ugh. Good attack. Good attack there by TLO. Bringing the Lurkers, the Hydras, the Banelings, making it happen in a big way. Resources lost here. 11,000 by TLO compared to 12,000 by Hearthstone. So, I mean, it wasn't like a huge, overwhelming victory, although there are Lings in this 3rd base mineral line, which is bad for Hearthstone. So good aggression here from the Zerg player. Gets the game, and that's it. So we get a quick 3-0. Well, not a quick 3-0. That was over an hour. I believe it was over an hour, but TLO gets the wins in the TLO compilation today. Good job, TLO. Once again, it doesn't happen every time, but I choose random games, and sometimes they turn out well for the Zerg player or the Protoss player or the Terran player. All right, so that's going to be it from me. This has been the Falcon Paladin coming to you with a TLO compilation. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.